Hey there and welcome back. Great to have you here as always. Well, we're starting today with what some critics are deriding as little more than a publicity stunt. Well, stunt perhaps, but clearly nothing little about this story. Where else then but to the slopes of Mount Everest, these mountaineers carrying the Olympic torch up and over the world's tallest peak. Frankly, more amazing, it was all beamed live on China Central TV. Wow. Now, the 19 torch bearers frequently struggling for breath, the special torch struggling to stay lit, but light it they did. Now, none of this erasing China's Tibet policies or recent crackdown there from critics' minds, but give it this much, an amazing feat. While staying in Asia and to Tokyo we go, with Seida University seeing competing pro-China and pro-Tibet and Uyghur protesters, all to welcome Chinese President Hu during his campus visit. Some scuffles breaking out, but events otherwise peaceful, if loud. Well, a more polite welcome inside for Mr. Hu, this despite his reference to Japan's, quote, aggressive war, unquote, against China during the Second World War. Still a most sensitive subject. Well, working to build better feelings, Mr. Hu later picking up a ping-pong paddle, with Japanese Prime Minister Fukuda looking on. Said Mr. Fukuda, quote, "I'm glad I didn't play. He's very strategic." Anyone else feel we're not just talking about ping pong anymore? Well, if there's one story the entire world is talking about, of course, it's the relief effort in Burma following Cyclone Nargis. And you know, there's one place to go where you can learn all the latest. That would be voanews.com. It's your spot for breaking news and stories the world over. A pair of anniversaries this week in the Mideast, both greeted with a mix of celebration and protest. These the scenes at Mount Herzl in Israel. Memorial Day there melding with celebrations marking Israel's 60th anniversary since becoming an independent state. The event's attended by just about every prominent Israeli politician, including the Speaker of the Parliament, lighting the torch there. Others on hand as well, Quartet Mideast envoy Tony Blair in the crowd. There he is, as an example. The evening, well, nearly as bittersweet as Israel's national anthem, notably with continued pessimism about the peace process, still ending on a note of optimism. Well, Palestinians throughout the region marking the anniversary as well. This Ramallah tent camp symbolizing the millions of Palestinians who remain refugees 6 decades later. On display inside, the meager items taken by those forced to flee. Also very popular here, images and recreations of keys. Each key meant to symbolize houses and land occupied by Israeli settlers and those displaced. Well, we're running short on time here, and our last item, well, let's just say it needs some room to be fully appreciated. And so we're going to leave you now with this tease: a real presidential candidate, an Obama girl, and a soldier boy. Roll 'em.
What MC Gravel a helicopter up in his house? Watch me crank it, watch me roll. Watch me crank that Mike Gravel. Now Congressman, that hoe is my Gravel. Crank that Mike Gravel. Crank that Mike Gravel. Crank that Mike Gravel. Crank that Mike Gravel.
Totally smoked that soldier boy dance. Well, to find out who or what or why, stop by the download tomorrow, and we'll see you then.